didn't give you a
Well,
5-second warning this time.
well, it's all good. It's all good. Um, oh, we should definitely gotta discuss how we're gonna do the tier maker. But I mean, let's start off with introductions. Kind of scuff it is what it is. Welcome back. This is Kickback Anime Discussions, the chillest podcast on the pop platform when it comes to anime and manga topics, of course. Today, we're talking about One Piece Devil Fruits and doing a tier maker on them to see which is the best and which is the worst. And the man behind the stream, my co-host, of course, he's always here, Squid the Cynic.
Hello, everyone. Go buy my new book.
And what book is that?
I'm not telling you. It's published under my real name.
All right, boys and girls, go buy his book, but you just don't know the name of the book.
That is a brilliant marketing strategy. Oh, man.
All right. And of course, the man that is laughing will be our special guest for today's Kickback episode. And Johnny, let's talk anime.
Yo, I love the laughing, the whole. That's all I'm good for. Apparently, I'm just laughing. Although, funny story. I have had, like Evanito and TK Dono. They're both terrified of my laugh. Anytime I'm laughing, they're terrified.
I can imagine it. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
All right. I am Johnny. Let's Talk Anime. I have a YouTube channel called Let's Talk Anime. Believe it or not. I'm also on Twitter. I'm just a guy who's, I'm just a guy who loves anime and manga. Not much else. I love to meme around. I guess that's fun too.
There you go. So yeah, this should be a great episode when it comes down to, what we're talking about today. Zaxi said everyone is terrified of your laugh, Johnny. But yeah, so this should be good. So to start off, this is the tier maker. We didn't really discuss like how we're gonna break everything down. So why don't you, Squid, kind of like, why don't you set the parameters how we're gonna do things,
Okay. So I am the resident One Piece expert. I know the most about the series out of anyone here. That is a fact.
Wow.
And how I would rate these is based purely on aesthetic. Which one's the coolest?
Which was the coolest?
Yeah, because when it comes to like effectiveness, even though I know everything about One Piece, that's just not me, I don't like to pit people against each other just purely on strength.
Well, let's change it up. Let's say as coolness. Let's do something crazy and add like strength to it, but more so, like let's think of it as a devil fruit of how you and its usefulness as well. So aesthetic, coolness, strength, and usefulness.
Yeah, because the thing about devil fruits, a lot of them are really, really weak. But like, especially if you don't know how to use it properly. But if you know how to use it right, you can take down someone who's ridiculously strong with little to no effort.
Yeah.
Like I can go off on how.
Oh God.
Boy, Hancock could easily defeat Kaido, but I'm not gonna do that.
Well, the one thing I do want to say about this is we still have to keep it relevant to the One Piece world. The thing about One Piece and the Devil Fruits is the entire world is kind of surrounded by water, and Devil Fruits give you an ability, but it takes your ability to swim away. And for pirates and marines, that's a huge detriment to what they do every single day, because if they fall in the ocean, they're kind of screwed. So
wait, so if you get devil fruit, you just forget how to swim and you can't learn again?
You get paralyzed, basically. If you're in any kind of liquid, like when you're in a certain amount of liquid, you start to get woozy and then eventually paralyzed.
Yeah, basically. Zoid said, Squid, you're the expert to get hate. And then
Wrong.
Zaxy said, "I am the biggest One Piece fanboy, so I'm gonna be the judge here." Hey, I respect it. I respect it. All right, so the first devil fruit we're going to be talking about today is don't know the exact name, but it's basically like the smooth fruit, and how it works from what I
Oh, Alberta.
remember,
What's her name? I forget.
Alvita, I
Yeah,
think.
Alvita.
Yeah,
Alvita.
from how it works is she's very smooth, so you can kind of just slip off her, and she smoothed her body out. She used to be very big and not the most attractive
She
individual.
was thick.
But then she used the smooth fruit and then smoothed out all her imperfections, and now she's kind of
Sexy.
attractive, kind of smexy, you know? So Alvita, Johnny, what do you think?
So the smooth fruit doesn't have a whole lot of implications other than you're able to make yourself look handsome and look more attractive, essentially. Yes, physical attacks just smooth because you're so smooth, it just rubs right off of you. Um, Unless you have hockey or something like that, but altogether, it really isn't a super useful devil fruit. It's something that I would say is it's not bad when you think about it, but I wouldn't say it's like super useful. So if I were to put it anywhere, I'd say like lower C tier, higher D tier. I don't know though.
Okay, fair enough. Zaxi said so she has the fruit everyone wishes they had.
Yeah,
I
pretty much.
mean, if you're not a fighter, you wouldn't like this fruit, but if you're literally anybody else, you would want to be pretty attractive. I don't know. Like it's a good fruit for a normal person who just doesn't want to work hard to be attractive, so they just get smooth fruit and smooth out their body. What are you thinking, Squid?
This is a great devil fruit for a prostitute.
Kind of.
You're
It's a
not
great
wrong.
bro, and Instagram models.
Yeah. This is so I mean, not super useful it sounds like for fighting, but like I mean, you could be a prostitute for 100 years. No one would know.
Facts.
Actually,
You could be
wait
like
a second.
90 and smooth your
You
body out.
Oh my gosh. That is I never
Although
thought of
the
that. You
only
wouldn't be
downside
able to look old. That's crazy.
is like it smooths your skin out, right?
Yeah.
But so it doesn't do anything. If you have like a horrible bone structure in your face, it's not going to do anything.
No, it will because
That's scary as hell.
Alvita's she look uh,
She was shorter than before as
she
well.
was
Like
shorter,
she
she
was short.
was much uglier in her face.
So
And
this
then
is just like
now,
the beauty fruit.
yeah, it's basically like the beauty for like she literally smoothed all her imperfections out.
This is an S tier non-combat fruit.
I mean,
Honestly, now
kind
that
of
I'm thinking
facts.
about it,
Like,
you're
who
not
wouldn't
wrong.
want this fruit? Like, hey, I'd never have to go to the ocean anyway, so I'm just gonna have the perfect. I don't want to fight either, so
The
hey, let
downside
me
for
just
like
get this
eternal
fruit.
beauty
And
is
even
you just
if
can't go
someone-
in water.
even if someone were to fight you in like our world, where there is no such thing as sea prism stone and there is no hockey, you wouldn't be able to be touched by anyone.
Zaxi said, "Not gonna lie, I'm sad I wasn't invited to this podcast." So up my alley. Hey, we only have one guest per podcast, and I did remember inviting you before, Zaxi, to a different one. So
Dude, that's
just
why
to
he's
be
got to
fair.
participate from the chat, so that way we aren't wrong.
So we're not wrong. All right, I'm cool with S tier. Let's give her S tier, bro. Let's do the
Honestly, yeah,
unthinkable.
I'm good with S tier.
I have a request.
Yeah.
Can we skip to the one devil fruit that I know next and get it out of the way?
Yeah, what's that one?
That is the mochi devil fruit that Charlotte has.
Oh, Katakuri's devil fruit. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let me see if it's on.
Wait, so you know
I see it right here. I've got my mouse over
yeah.
it.
Yeah, okay.
It's
know
just
Katakuri's
like Luffy's-
devil fruit, but not.
It's just like Luffy's, but better. It's just a better version of Luffy's.
Johnny sounds
Is
like a
he?
robot.
He's got to be doing that intentionally. What in the world?
My man's in slow. My man got the slow
It's like,
slow.
you don't know Luffy?
No, the slow photons, not the slow photons. No.
Of course I know
Piggyback
Luffy, but like, the mochi, like Mochi Mochi no Mi or whatever, is just better.
Yeah, and you can eat it. So
You can.
I don't know. I personally wouldn't want it though. Like I know it's better, but like, what's a mochi fruit? Like, really?
I mean,
He's really
I would.
stretchy.
That's an S tier. The Mochi Mochi no Mi is an S tier for me.
I mean,
Especially if it was awakened. Like, seriously, it's overpowered.
But you have to be very like Katakuri is a prodigy.
True.
So he can get any fruit and become a beast.
That's
So I don't
true.
know.
yeah, but he
He
wears
could
like a
even
cool
get
scarf.
The jacket,
He does wear a cool
jacket no
scarf.
Mi if he wanted to, and he'd be able to just wreck face.
I don't know. I'm thinking B tier personally for the mochi mochi fruit. Like I think practicality wise, like I wouldn't want it like inherently. But if I had it, I would make the best of it. But I wouldn't be like the most excited to get this fruit.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Stretchy powers isn't usually anyone's like go-to favorite,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's a bad. I mean, I would have put it like A tier.
You want to put it A? What are you thinking, Johnny?
Yeah, but you could also eat it.
That is fact. You can't eat.
Yeah,
mochi.
all right. I'll stick with A. I'm good with A.
All right, let's go A. That's fine.
It's
A
good
tier.
for if you get hungry on the job.
Huggy on the job. All right. Next is Aokiji. Zachary said Johnny sounded like a broken electronic musical instrument.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I've
they
never
kinda-
heard someone lag so bad they start talking in slow motion. That's a first, I think.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's facts. All right. So Aokiji's fruit, it's the cold fruit. So people mistake it as an ice devil fruit, but it's not. And it's a cold fruit. So basically, all he does is freeze everything to the point where it turns into ice.
But
And
he's
he
also
lowers
a
the body,
Logia,
like,
though.
and he's a
also
Logia.
Logia.
So when you shoot him, his body he just freezes his body, and then it just regenerates itself by Logia stuff. It's Logia S, and so considering the fact that it's like the only weakness to Devil Fruit is water, and he could just freeze water and just step on it.
Not even just step on it. He rides a freaking bicycle over the ocean.
Yeah, I'd say S tier. I would definitely say S tier
Yeah,
for this.
that's 100% an S tier.
He's like
He doesn't
Toshiro.
even need to use hockey
But
most of the
better.
time.
I'd say he's better than Toshiro.
Those are bold words.
All right. Next, I feel like you'll like this versus Squid. I forget her Baby 5. I think that's her name is.
Oh, Baby 5, the one where she can is it that's the arms fruit, right? Where she can transform any part of her body into a weapon.
Yeah, she could basically transport any part of her body to any weapon she wants.
Wait,
What do we
say that again?
Which includes missiles and crap.
She could turn her body parts to any weapon she wants.
Including a bomb.
If she turns
She
it to a
literally
missile, can
turns
she
it
fire her
into a
body part away?
bomb.
Yeah.
How does she get it back?
She can create bullets.
She just turns-
She
she
just
just-
throws the arm back.
I mean, she would create a rocket launcher and then fire the missiles that are in the rocket
Well,
launcher and turn her arm back.
She turned her whole body into a missile at one point, if I recall.
I don't exactly remember, but you might be right.
I mean, it sounds pretty good to me.
And she exploded, but she didn't take any damage.
Like you could just get your finger and then you literally have a finger gun.
Can you have a
Yes.
sword arm?
She
Yes.
turned her leg into a Gatling gun.
All right, if you can have a sword arm, that's a good one, in my opinion.
I would say A tier. Like I feel like you're limited to the weapons you have, but like if you're smart with it, you can do a lot of things. In the world of One Piece, it's kind of useless, but I think it's pretty useful in general. Most people you'll meet, you would just shoot them and they'll die.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd
A
say A tier. I'd
She
say
has
A
like
tier.
a better version of Soifon's Bankai.
kind of facts, kind of facts. All right. Next is Bartolomeo, the barrier
Oh!
fruit.
Bartolomeo is low-key my second favorite character in One Piece. I relate to this man on a spiritual level.
Huge fanboy of the Straw Hats, it seems like. Um, so his fruit, how it works is he can create a barrier, and the barrier is basically unbreakable. And the way he does that is he crosses his fingers, and he creates the barrier, or he takes a piss, and he creates a barrier. So yeah, he basically just creates barriers around himself, or he can use it to hit people. But yeah, that's it. He can mold the barriers to different shapes.
Honestly, the fruit itself isn't that great. The way he uses it is allows him to do pretty much whatever he wants, and people hate him for the fact that he's just a dirty pirate, and but he uses tricks and he knows how to use it, which is why it was so effective in the Dressrosa arc. Um,
Uh,
but what?
well, I'll say this. First, Zaxi said the biggest tip in the world, and I would agree. But the thing about his fruit is, I think it's rarely very useful. It's unbreakable. We haven't seen a single thing break his barrier yet. So it's like
No, they haven't. No.
I'm thinking if you have an unbreakable barrier, I'm thinking S tier. I don't know. I'm thinking S tier.
I would say A tier because he would have to. Yes, you can make barriers, and you can actually crush them. So I guess there is some capabilities for combat, not just defense. So, all right, yeah, okay, I'd be okay with S tier.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Squid?
He sounds like he would be very annoying to fight against.
That is facts.
Yes,
He's literally the most irritating character to fight against in One Piece.
He literally walks on the arena and everyone boos at him, calling him scum, basically.
Hey, that sounds like when I log into YouTube.
Oh my goodness. Zaxi said his fruit could be so good if used better. Facts. All right. Next devil fruit is Hawkins' devil fruit. It's a weird one. We don't know exactly what it can do inherently, but what we've seen so far is it's the straw
Isn't it?
fruit.
Right. And he can make voodoo dolls and can also have multiple lives. And so anytime he's supposed to die, he just takes the life of one of the voodoo dolls instead.
Yeah. And then he can take someone else's life and put it and have make a voodoo doll out of them, and if you kill that voodoo doll, it's done so.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a weird fruit. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this fruit. I'm gonna be honest.
Quite honestly, it relies way too heavily on. There are a lot of conditions, so it would rely heavily on on strategy and being basically just what's the word unhonorable. I guess I could say dishonorable. And
yeah, I would agree. Pokesville said Boruto is better. He stay loving that Boruto. All right, Squid, what are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on the straw fruit?
Sounds boring and dumb. Why does his face look like that? He looks weird.
He does look weird.
I'm thinking
I would not.
It's not a bad fruit. but I'd put D tier. I would not want this
Yeah,
fruit.
I'd say D tier is a good spot for it.
I'm surprised by how many of these characters I could name. I'm pretty impressed with myself.
All right, there you go. Next is Bellamy.
The
Bellamy
spring
fruit.
fruit.
Yeah. Spring fruit. So he basically can turn his limbs into springs and then bounces off those springs and he uses, kinetic energy and momentum and all that. Bro, I don't want my limbs being spring. If that's literally all I could do,
I
like
mean,
Luffy does that.
yeah,
like-
Luffy pretty much does that, but better.
And if your fruit is worse than Luffy, I'm thinking D or F tier.
Yeah, honestly, D tier. Yeah, I'd say there is some usefulness to it because if you use it properly, you can also turn your fists into springs, and
Wait.
so there is some combat capabilities, but it's overall not the greatest.
So he has
I'd say
his
D.
power is like the same power from that Nintendo game. What's
Yes.
that game called? Arms.
Yes.
He's just the
Yes.
arms guy.
But he can't extend his arms. He could just contract it and then bounce.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I mean, if you
Can you do wait only his arms?
and legs.
Oh,
And
okay.
legs, yeah.
It could be a personal trampoline for himself.
I mean, it sounds
know-
fun to just be bouncing down the street.
Sounds like a power I wouldn't want. To lose the ability to swim just so I can bounce over the street, I would not take that risk.
You could also increase your speed. You wouldn't really need a car unless you're like going across country.
Yeah, but if you hit the wrong thing, it's hard to control your like where you're going to.
I think this
Practice,
guy's
man,
C tier.
practice.
You think he's C tier above Strawman?
Yeah, well, because I feel
Well,
like if
I
you
honestly
use
think
this,
it's a better fruit than the straw.
if you
than the
use
straw
this, you'd be
fruit.
pretty scary, dude. A spring-loaded punch. There's like a character in Baki who does that, and he's scary.
C tier is fine. I ain't mad at it. Zaxi said we just don't know enough about the straw fruit. I find it very interesting. I agree. We just don't know a lot about it. Okay. Next fruit.
We have my favorite character
Oh
next.
my gosh!
Big
Oh.
Mom. Now.
My gosh, she has got to be the most intimidating piece of garbage I have ever seen.
No, I think
Kaido-
is more
Kaido's
intimidating
on
than
the-
her.
Kaido isn't a piece of garbage though. He's just a Chad.
Didn't Kaido and Big Mom team up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
If this was a character tier list, Big Mom's SS tier, triple S tier. I love Big Mom. Best
Honestly,
character.
she is a phenomenal character, but she creeps me out.
I love that
Facts,
scene
facts.
where she like steals her son's soul.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he
I remember
steals-
when she does that.
She steals soul. She that's her power, is the soul fruit. She can take people's souls and put it into inanimate objects, making them animate again. Which
she
is how
has,
she
like,
was able to harness basically the power of the sun and the sky. And
She
so
does, like,
she's
Beauty
able
and the
to,
Beast.
because once they are animate and
Yeah.
alive, they're called homies. And those homies, they are they will forever basically obey her unless you have a part of her own soul.
Robot Johnny. Well, basically all he was saying is with this soul fruit is
like I forget the
now you kind of cut out a little bit, but I mean for the most part, when it comes to Big Mom's fruit, soul fruit takes out souls. She can decrease your lifespan. She could increase your lifespan. She can turn inanimate objects into her playthings. Like that, she manipulates souls, and that's basically it.
Sounds great.
It's probably S tier if I'm being honest. Like, you can manipulate souls. Like what?
That's like
to the point where you have
scary.
like a floating talking sun that can shoot fire.
Yeah, I'm putting S tier.
Yeah, that's definitely an S tier fruit.
Yeah,
and an S tier character.
Zaxi said, "I love the scene where she eats everybody." Yeah,
I mean,
that was
she's
dark.
done that before.
That was dark. And then Pokesel said Boruto's mom can beat her. You know, Hinata. You talk about Hinata. All right.
Hinata, low key.
Anyway, next devil fruit is an interesting one.
There's two of them.
Blackbeard.
There's two devil fruits though.
We're only counting his main one.
Oh yeah, he has the Gumu Gumu fruit.
I think Whitebeard. I don't know if Whitebeard's. Yeah, Whitebeard's probably on this list. If not, we'll talk about it. But
is it the dark fruit?
Yeah, we'll talk about the dark fruit.
I'm
this
looking
one's
right
an
at
odd
Whitebeard.
devil fruit. It has the ability to create like this aura of darkness while also like able to absorb damage. However, it like comes at a cost of you still take the damage if you absorb it.
No, in fact, the damage Blackbeard gets hit by increases because of the dark fruit. What he can do is he can pretty much once he touches you, you can't use your devil fruit.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
That's
and at the same time, his darkness fruit can suck in objects into like a dark void, and then he can release it as well, and then making a huge mess of things. And then he can make a huge dark blast. There's a lot of things with this darkness fruit, but there's a lot of detriments to the darkness fruit as well. I personally would not want this fruit at all. I'm thinking
personally, yeah, no. There's way too many cons that outweigh the pros.
Yeah, you have to be quite ambitious to have this fruit.
Well, that's perfect for Blackbeard. He is a very ambitious character.
Facts. What are you thinking, Squid?
I like Blackbeard. He's like Whitebeard, but better.
I'm thinking
I don't know about that one.
I think B tier. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I'd go with B tier.
All right.
Whitebeard is like F tier.
All right. I don't even know who's next, so let's put him F tier.
Fair enough.
Who's that? Wait.
I can't tell.
Don't like even know. Big purple lady. It looks like.
Is that supposed to be Whitebeard?
No, Whitebeard's like second to last. He's all the way at the bottom.
Whitebeard's on the bottom.
Oh. Okay.
All right. Next is don't remember his name, but he uses the door fruit, and basically he can open doors to go into like anywhere. I kind of forget what his ability does.
So his ability is odd. He can open doors to anything, including the doors to your organs. So it just spills right out. It's more of a fruit that is better for assassination attempts, not so much like brawling. Hello?
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. The door fruit, it's convenient. It's convenient in the sense that you never need to open doors ever again in your life. But is it worth giving up the ability to swim?
Probably.
No, honestly not.
I don't think so. Consider like One Piece, the entire world is basically water, so I don't know about that. I'd say C tier.
Question: could he open a door in the ocean and flood someplace? Like, could he open a door and just have a bunch of water just gush out?
I mean, if it's like a tank of water, you can open a door and then water gush out. Yeah.
But when it comes to the ocean and any kind of body of water, the devil fruit powers don't work. Even with something like a door fruit, he can't just go to open a door to the bottom of the ocean, pull a freaking goblin slayer, just open a portal from the bottom of the ocean and have it be a water.
It would be cool because he'd be like the ultimate counter to any devil fruit user.
Just open up he has to open up the door specifically to that place. So yeah, I mean it's convenient, but it's not crazy. Honestly,
yeah, C tier.
I would say I think below C tier because at least Bellamy can fight and move
Yeah, the
Well,
springs are
but
way
it's more,
cooler.
but it is more convenient than the straw fruit.
Yeah, well,
It-
imagine
it-
RTL. You're
well,
like,
you can't die with the straw
you
fruit.
need to like
basically.
get into someone's liver. How are you gonna do that without this fruit?
Oh yeah, being a surgeon. If you're a surgeon, this will be a very useful fruit. Facts.
Or imagine
Yeah.
this: someone like you are eating a pizza, right? And someone comes and takes their last piece of pizza. You just open up a door to their stomach, and you're like, "No, it's mine again."
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, that's grim, bro. All right, let's move on to the next one. The next fruit is like the love fruit. Basically, Boa Hancock makes anybody that she sees fall in love with her.
it is
So
the
this,
most overpowered fruit of all time. I will go out on a limb and say that it is the most overpowered fruit. Not only does it can when you step into a room, everyone in the room will instantly fall in love with you. But if they have fallen in love with you, you can instantly turn them into stone. If Goku were to show up, he would instantly fall in love with Boa Hancock and he'd turn him to stone. He would die. Therefore, power scaling wise, Boa Hancock is the most overpowered character ever in existence.
fair enough. For me personally, I don't care about a fruit that makes people fall in love, so I'm gonna say it deserves the respect at least A tier. I'm gonna say A tier for me personally.
So she's like
Yes,
cursed
A
to
tier
never be able to
is
find
honestly
true love.
a perfect.
Yeah, like unless someone doesn't fall in love, like she can't make everybody fall in love with her. They
If they
have to
have a
be,
strong enough will, they can resist it.
and they have to be like attracted to her. Like if they think
Well,
she's
no,
attracted,
the thing is, she's turned girls lesbian before. It's been
yeah.
proven
I
that.
mean, girls, everybody finds Boa attractive besides Luffy. So it's like everybody's
Luffy doesn't
attracted.
freaking care.
Everybody's attracted to Boa, male or female. Like they recognize it, the moment you like recognize she's beautiful, you fall in love with her. So in all honesty, this only works for a person who's like absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna bump it down to B tier. I'm bumping it down to B tier,
You
bro.
know,
I feel
if Blackbeard. Okay, so let's just say you had the ability of Blackbeard and could use 2 devil fruits.
yeah.
And
Well,
the best way to go about it is to get the love fruit and
no.
the smooth fruit. Think about
Blackbeard,
it.
Blackbeard. Oh my goodness. Nah. I vote to bump the love fruit down to B tier. There we go.
I still say A tier. I still say.
Yeah. Zaxi said her fruit doesn't allow her to make people fall in love with her. It just turns everyone who likes her to into stone. I mean, basically, Boa's just that beautiful. Yeah, and it's staying. It's staying. I'd say B tier. I'd say keep it B tier. All right. Next devil fruit is Bon Clay's fruit. And basically what he can do is he could transform his body. He basically can transform into any person. He just has to touch his face with one hand and then transform into them and then touch his face with another hand and transform back.
Well,
He
he
gets
has to. He has to have touched them.
yeah, all he has to
With
do is touch them.
yeah, he has to touch them in order to transform into them.
I think that's broken as hell. I think A tier, maybe S tier. I
Man,
think
Bon
that's
Clay was such a great character. It's a shame that he's no longer around. I was looking forward to seeing him again.
I feel that.
Dang.
I'm sticking with A tier here. And I still think Boa should go down, but yeah, I'm sticking with A tier. What do you think, Squid? Earth to Squid.
Squid's gone.
All right, what do you think, Johnny?
Well, I personally think B tier.
The ability to transform perfectly into anybody, though?
Well, the thing is, it's only good for him because he's an actor. He can get into the head of other people. If you don't know how to act a certain way, then you can,
But it wouldn't matter considering like I if you transform into someone else and like perfectly, body, voice, everything. Nobody's gonna know you're someone else. Like, there's no indication. Even if you act differently, it's like you would just be like, "Yo, why are you acting so weird?" That's all they
but
would say.
with the idea that devil fruits exist, everyone wouldn't eventually someone would catch on.
Not necessarily, because there's a lot of devil fruits that exist, but there's more people that exist. Not nearly everybody knows the existence of devil
Well,
fruits or
everyone knows the
utilize them.
existence of devil fruit if they're on the Grand Line or in the New World.
Yeah,
They're everywhere in the Grand Line in the New World, but anywhere aside from that, like the North Blue, East Blue, all those blues, they think that they're all myths.
yeah. I mean, the only reason like Bon Clay was able to fool an entire kingdom by using this fruit, like that just tells you the potential with the fruit like this. You can overrun an entire kingdom. You can overrun an entire You can overrun an entire country with this fruit. You
Yeah,
just
but I guess the other question is, would you want to in this day and age?
Hey, it doesn't matter. You could take a millionaire's identity. Just gotta shake Bill Gates' hands and say thank
The
you very
only the
much.
only the only good thing about this fruit that I can see without being a thief is probably the ability, just acting skills, basically. You'd
Yeah.
be the greatest actor.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll end it early. Sorry for the inconveniences, but things happen, people. You're good.
Yeah, I'm sorry, stream. I just gotta go. Something bad. Maybe I'll talk about it on Twitter later, but something came up.
All right. Hope everything works out, bro.
Sorry, Johnny.
Oh no, you're fine, man. Take care.